Chapter 3. Throne Room. Nightmare makes it to the throne room. It is very large and has banners hanging from the ceiling. Broken stone statues as knights around the room. Broken glass windows. At the center of the room is a throne. The throne is big and it's adorned with many precious minerals. She is glad at the sight before her. On the throne is a black phoenix that has a white beak and talons. Its feathers towards the tips are white, but its main body is black. The eyes of the phoenix is of many colors representing the various elements. The phoenix chirps and a shockwave spreads out.
Welcome back, dearest mother.
The phoenix proclaims in an ethereal voice. Nightmare chuckles, speaking warmly.
Look at you being all dramatic.
The phoenix flaps its wings with a cheerful chirp.
I worked on this line for hours and came here after I sensed you have returned.
Nightmare walks towards the phoenix.
I'm glad you worked hard for me.
The phoenix then flies to Nightmare and transforms in the air into a young girl and embraced her. The young girl is her daughter, Era. It's a bit complicated as she was hatched from an egg. Era hugs Nightmare tightly.
It's so good to see you again, Mom. I missed you so much.
Nightmare hugs her back.
I missed you too, Era. How have you been, my little baby?
Nightmare smiles warmly with her daughter in her arms. Era continues to hug her mother.
I have been well, Mom.
Nightmare releases the hug and asks her daughter.
Did the plan work?
Era nods her head happily.
Yes, we managed to buy enough time.
She smiles brightly at Nightmare. Nightmare asks,
What about the preparations?
Nightmare rubs Era's head. Era replies with uncertainty.
There were some interferences, but everything went as planned.
Nightmare smiles, saying,
That's good.
Nightmare sits on the throne with her daughter on her lap. Era is very happy to see Nightmare as she couldn't stop the smile on her face. Then she notices something strange.
Mom, did you mess with time? My memories are,
She looks at her mom with a curious gaze, and Nightmare chuckles.
Yes, I made a few changes to history 5 years ago.
Era is curious, asking.
But why though?
Era can't understand the need for that. Nightmare smiles, speaking.
For this.
She waves her hand, and a portal appears to her right.
Wanna check it out?
Era nods fervently, and Nightmare swipes her hands to the left as the portal moves and swallows them. They come across a frozen landscape with strange beings fighting people of Earth. Those beings are what Nightmare considers the true enemies of Earth. Nightmare looks across the landscape.
This is good. It seems the adventurers have already adapted to it.
Era pokes Nightmare's cheek.
Mom, they're called hunters now.
Nightmare is surprised, asking.
Why is that?
Nightmare raises a brow looking at Era. Era giggles, speaking.
A couple centuries after you slept. They noticed that the adventurers hunted more than adventuring. So they changed the name to hunters.
Era shakes her head with a wry smile. Nightmare muses in thought.
Is that so? It's needlessly complicated.
She rubs her chin, and Era nods.
Yes, but the name suited them more.
Era detects people approaching their previous location.
Mom, I think we should go back now. I sense some visitors approaching with teleportation magic.
Nightmare is amazed. Not only did she take them far from the castle, she took them to a different dimension her alter self created.
You can sense that here?
Era nods with a bright smile.
You've grown so strong.
She cuddles Era, and Era giggles from tickles and cuddles. Nightmare makes another portal to her right. It moves just as before, bringing them back to the throne room, as if nothing happened. Era assumes her phoenix form and perches on top of the throne. Nightmare also erases all traces of the love she had shown and sits there looking at the door. The cult of the eternal flame enter. It seems the one who spoke to her previously couldn't follow the bald man.
Please hear us, Overlord.
Nitree's thoughts,
I wonder what it could be now.
and she finally says,
Very well, I will hear what you have to say.
Nitree's curiosity piqued, but her thoughts,
I'll listen, since it must have taken a lot of courage to come here. I think.
one of the cult members, a woman named Lyrian, steps forward.
The world has changed greatly since your sealing, Overlord. The Demon Kings have pushed humans back, and we now live in isolated communities.
Nitree's thoughts.
This again.
Nitree scanned the continent and saw cities flourishing despite the constant attacks. It seemed someone was keeping those cities safe or making it hard for the demons to reach them. Her thoughts.
Are those looping runes?
The map in her mind zooms to a portion of the land.
Illusions are made to fight the demons, and they take damage from the illusions. This is similar to my terror skill.
Nitree glances at Era on the throne. Era didn't sense Nitree's second point of vision. The cult leader continues.
The rumors of your power have spread far and wide. Many cults have been working tirelessly to find a way to release you. The Demon Kings have overrun much of the land, and humanity is on the brink of extinction. The legends say that you, the Overlord with no rival, have the power to defeat the Demon Kings and restore peace to our world.
Nitree's thoughts.
First of all, you guys shouldn't have the knowledge to wake me. Did those children plan it? The cities that are safe must be their doing. Humanity won't go extinct, stop being dramatic. Though humanity is in a tough spot, should I help?
She gazes at the ceiling. Nitree remains silent, considering the woman's words. She is hesitant to involve herself in the struggles of mortals again.
If the world finds out that I'm back, it might panic if it recognizes me. Honestly, I don't feel much for the people living on it since I have no relation with them. But letting them die seems harsh. And I have no reason to hide. I want to see the world, at least those beautiful places I painted. I hope they remain the same after 400 years.
Nitree speaks.
You said humanity lived in communities, but that's a lie.
Nitree briefly understood the state of the continent. After a few moments of spreading her energy across it, the cult leader starts to panic. The most dangerous being in the world and right before her, and she saw through the lies.
No. You misunderstand. The land we have left can barely be considered a community. We have lost more continents to the demons, and they are already on this one. You are humanity's only hope.
Nitree's thoughts.
Giving part of the information, as expected of schemers, that can't be considered a lie or truth. It's a shame humanity was pushed back, but it's not my fault they're so pathetic. Some continents haven't even faced the demons in a war, but there seems to be constant attacks and assassination attempts. Right. This particularly seems to be my fault. Strangely, all the victims are descendants of my kin. That explains how they survived. I really think I should help, but getting involved with humans again is a hassle. Being sealed away for so long, it's like I'm not part of the world again, I'm just a myth now. Seriously, if they are too weak to fight the demons, why should I? It's their fault for depending on others when they can level up and fight. Scoffs.
Nitree listens intently, taking in all the information. As Lyrian speaks, she couldn't help but feel more detached from humanity. She has been sealed away for so long that everything felt foreign to her. After the conversation ends, Nitree thoughts.
I think I will explore. The world is so different from how I remember, but their technology could not surpass my golems or those of my kin. Besides, all I want is peace, waking up not worrying about whose lunch I'm going to be. The only way for peace is to kill all my enemies. Demons aren't worth my time.
She leans in the throne.
I just want to explore creation more. Make more inventions. Family time. Be happy while I can.
In truth, the technology currently being used were from her, but they downgraded them into lower versions. Nitri takes deep breaths again and speaks.
I will move as I wish, and that is not to fight demonkin. I think I'll spend time with my family while I can, then to go fight some war. Hopefully this time I can keep that war off the earth.
Era looks at Nitri with wide eyes, surprised while Nitri explained her plan to explore the world. She wasn't expecting her mother to explore, but rush to face the demonkin, exterminating them instantly. Just like how she destroyed the gods and some devils. The cult members are stumped and start pleading to her to help them.
But if you don't help us, all hope is lost. We need you. Don't you know the world would end without your help?
Nitri replies.
I know.
Nitri said to them, her voice cold and detached. The threat to the earth was so great that even she, the only world-ending calamity in the mortal realm, had her back against the wall. Nitri's demeanor changes and an overwhelming pressure falls on them. The sense of death grips them as Nitri speaks.
But I have a life of my own and my own will. I will live as I please. You have a champion. Ask him to help you. Whoever his descendant is.
One of the members speak up through the feeling of death breathing down their necks. But Overlord, the previous champion, was slain by one of the 7 demon kings. The new champion is still in training. If we depend on him, it will be too late. Another chimes in. That's right. We need you. Please don't abandon us. And another speaks. We have no one else to help us. Please, you can make them all disappear. Nitri mumbles.
This is getting annoying.
Her thoughts.
They are pretty tough to continue speaking to me when I focus a bit of my presence on them.
Nitri's color vision changes as she sees artifacts on them.
Ah, those things help reduce fear. So they're ants, but I admit them to be gutsy to gather those just to face me. Typical of schemers. And I thought humanity gathered courage for once. Just how many people can have such artifacts?
Nitri finds their pleas annoying, so she chooses a compromise for her.
Fine, but I won't go after the demonkin. If I meet them on my journey, then I will deal with them as I see fit.
Nitri sees the frustration and disappointment in the cult members. Her thoughts.
Wait, I can see emotions now. Sweet.
But I do need to get myself checked. Then again, only I know my body best. More memories, but none on why I can see emotions. It's already weird enough seeing through multiple dimensions and pure energy. It seems Era can also see something similar.
But Nitri didn't care. She recalled memories of her childhood, which startled her emotions. She didn't want to be used again, especially not by schemers. Lyrian speaks up again.
But if you don't deal with them now, we will be wiped out.
A member follows, pleading, please help us. They knelt down and continue to plead. Nitri is reaching the limit of her patience. Nitri speaks, though barely a whisper.
Oh, shut up.
Silence filled the room. Not even the wind made noise.
I've made up my mind. Don't you dare say anything about it.
Nitri's eyes glows as they couldn't muster the courage to look at her. They shiver on the ground, some barely able to breathe. The cult members have no choice but to accept Nitri's decision. They know better than to try to force her hand, and they fear her. When the cult left, Era returns to human form and sits on Nitri's laps.
Mother?
Era says softly,
Should we be careful out there? The world is a dangerous place, even for someone as powerful as you.
Nitri smiles at her daughter and pats her on the head.
Don't worry about me. The only thing that can hurt me is not on this world.
Era's worry was not in Nitri being in danger. She knew just how strong her mother is. But her mother's personality seemed different. For one, she was not the type to let shady people speak to her and leave alive. Aira worried Nightry might have lost herself in that slumber, and she was determined to prevent anyone from swaying her from the purpose Nightry set 400 years ago. Nightry and Aira chat a bit longer and decides to embark on their journey to explore. She only has a few years at most before things go the way they were supposed to 400 years ago. With that, she spreads her wings and take off into the sky with Aira following Nightry, soaring high above the world she had been absent from for so long. She feels free and powerful. For the first time in a long time, she feels like she has a chance this time. The grim fate that waits the world will change. And this time, she'll wipe the fallen stars from the heavens by any means necessary.